right. So today we're here from Wagner Real Estate. I'm Tyler Wagner, and with me I have Kara Markley, our Philadelphia specialist. And we've been getting a lot of questions about real estate. There's been a lot of negative news here and there, so we just kind of wanted to put it out there to what's going on and how we are still doing business. So one of the big things I want to put to you, Kara, actually, what are you seeing out there? What's going on?
Well, I think the most important thing that I wanted to stress here is that going into this in February, before all this coronavirus thing happened, our fundamentals out there in the economy and the real estate market were really strong. Um, Many of you know in my previous life, I was an economist with the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and we're the ones that put out the employment numbers and the unemployment rate every month. So I actually looked up the numbers that we had for February. And going into this, we had our lowest unemployment rate since the 1960s. It was 3.5%. And we had actually added 275,000 jobs to the economy in February. So that's really important to remember where we're starting going into this. Also, a lot of people are comparing this to the previous housing crash. And I think that's a mistake because there's a lot of differences in today's housing market compared to that of 2007, 2008. At that time, we were going into that market with an overabundance of homes for sale. And many of you, if you've been shopping for a home recently, you know that's not the case right now. We actually have a shortage of homes for sale. If you're a buyer, you were facing a lot of competition out there, a lot of multiple offers. So we're going into this with very strong market. And hopefully, if this doesn't last long, we will see that on the other side.
Yeah, yeah. And back in 2008 too, I know that the builders were building, $2 million homes, a year on average. Right now, they've only still been building close to 1,000 or a million homes. I'm sorry. So the shortage is there. The economy was strong, and it was an incredible seller's market going into this. So to say that that's just all gone right now doesn't really make sense. And there wasn't all the mortgage crisis going on either, where all the bad loans were going bad. Actually, the performance of loans here in the last several years have been some of the best performing loans of all time because of the regulation changes and things that they did in the mortgage industry. So,
Yeah.
so if you're a buyer or a seller right now, what kind of things are you telling them?
Sure. Well, I have a lot of buyers right now that kind of put things on pause because, as you probably know, we can't get into the homes to see them personally, so we can't do in-person showings. But some alternatives that some agents are doing are offering virtual showings where either the seller can walk the buyer through the house via FaceTime or Zoom or something like that. Or maybe they shot a video before and are offering video tours. We've also seen a few virtual open houses, so we can do things that way. If you are a seller, we have also, like I was describing, we can offer virtual tours for your home. But what I've been telling my sellers to do is take this time and prepare your home for sale. Maybe if you can wait, maybe this isn't the best time to list. Maybe wait until buyers can get out there and actually see your home. But take some time and get it really prepared. Do some painting, do some decluttering, whatever your home needs. I actually did a FaceTime with a potential seller the other day, and she walked me through her home, and we kind of talked about how she might want to stage it, and she's working on that right now.
Yeah, that's great. And on the buyer side, so if if you need to buy a house right now, we can still work you through that process. It's not business as usual, but we have these tools, and fortunately, our business is quite a bit virtual these days. We have the electronic docu-signing, and there's just a lot of different things that we can do virtually, which is great. And the thing is, right now, if you are a buyer and need to buy something, there are fewer buyers in the market here temporarily. I think it would not be surprising if, depending on how things go, obviously it depends on how long this all goes, but once things start to loosen up and regulations allow us to start potentially even showing homes, that type of thing again, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a little crazy. It's basically like taking the spring market and saying, hey, it's not going to happen now, but come end of the summer, we might have that blast of that spring market that we're used to seeing right now, which, everybody we'll see how it goes. But I would be ready and prepared. But if you're buying right now, you might actually get away with not having to compete the way you've had to compete over the last couple months. So.
Right. I would agree that the spring market is just being delayed. So if you have the stomach to maybe put in an offer on something you haven't actually seen in person, now might be your time to get it without too much competition.
Yeah, definitely. So we'd love to have any comments and any questions you have. Just put them below and we'll certainly respond. Feel free to reach out to us. We'll have our information up on the video here for you. But hang in there, stay healthy, and hopefully we'll all get through this sooner than later. So thanks
That's
for
right.
tuning in.
Thank you.